This is a royal announcement, everybody.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton hate each other.
Or do they?
Or do they? We don't know. No. I think, well...
It is breaking news that apparently Meghan Markle had a baby shower and Kate Middleton skipped it.
She was very ill, okay? Leave her alone.
No,
she's had to do a lot of things.
Apparently,
she was very busy.
Apparently, it is against royal protocol to have a baby shower, which, I mean, rightfully so, really.
Yeah, don't have a baby shower.
Like, what do they need? You know, what a baby shower is like to get stuff, right?
Yeah, to get stuff, and it's like you're in the royal family, you know, you're getting stuff, you know?
Yeah, so it is a bit tacky to be like in the royal family, and I mean, surely she didn't ask people to bring her things, or it was like, you know, we're just gonna have the party and do all the stupid baby games. But you guys, I do not really blame Kate Middleton for skipping it, because baby showers are the absolute worst.
By the way, welcome to the Tea and the Butty podcast. We just got straight into this topic because it's something that's been on Erica's mind for a long time. Why are they fighting? Why? Are they really fighting?
America.
And I'm Dominic. And this is all about Meghan Markle, apparently, and her baby shower and why Kate Middleton skipped it.
You know what? I don't even know if that's what this podcast was supposed to be about, but he hit record and we just started talking.
We just started talking, yes. Like we usually do.
No, but the media is pitting them against each other now.
Yes, the media. Yeah, it's all a load. It's tabloid gossip, you know, like on National Enquirer stuff, you know, like Meghan Markle, minutes to live, you know.
But
her
why?
Deathbed confession about why she hates Kate Middleton.
It's really disgusting because they're pitting. First, they started pitting their looks against each other. Who
looks better?
Who was more attractive?
Who was more attractive on their wedding day?
Who's more fashionable? Yes. Who was more attractive on their wedding day? And it's just like,
do people really care? Do people really want to know this?
I don't know. I really want to know if people do care.
Do you care? Leave us a comment and asking if you care about the royal family.
You know what? We'll put a poll up.
Poll, yeah.
We'll do a poll.
Poll.
Go.
Paul.
Poll.
Paul.
We'll do a poll. And do you care about Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton?
Do you?
Yes.
Answer honestly.
I do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'm not like living for them, but I am like,
you are living for them.
I am interested in them. But you know what? It's on so many magazines over here, and I really do wonder: do that many Americans care really, or are they just trying to?
I mean, when the
force
royal
us to
wedding
care?
came along, you know, like when William and Kate got married, when their official titles are the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge.
Yes.
I don't know what Harry and Meghan's titles are. He's Duke of something, isn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know, but anyway, when their weddings came around, someone will be able to inform me. But when their weddings came around, it came on over here, and you know you've got people like Kathy Lee Gifford saying stuff like, "Well, or people on The View. What was her name?
Oh yeah, Meghan McCain.
Yeah. Oh well, we got away from all that monarchy. That's why America was founded, and to get rid of the monarchy. Why are we talking about this? And why do we care so much? And and it's just like, I mean, why?
Because they're freaking princesses, like real life princesses and princes. That's
it's
why.
It's not like Disney, though.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
It is not
just
like
Disney.
They are not sitting in their ivory tower.
Yes, they are.
Looking out and going, "Where's my Prince Charming? Oh."
Do not ruin my dreams.
This is not a Hallmark movie.
Oh, God.
This is not a Christmas Prince or whatever the bloody hell they do. It's like, that's fantasy. The reality is they're stuck in a protocol all the time. They go,
Yeah.
go here, go there, get in that car,
Yeah.
wave at those people,
Yeah.
get out, talk to them, cut this ribbon,
No,
good night, go to sleep.
I'm sure none of them...
Don't want to hear about you anymore.
I'm sure having grown up in that life, that none of them would choose that life if they could.
None of them would bloody choose that life at all.
No, I really can't. I mean, it's sort of admirable that they even still continue on with it at this point, you know.
Well,
because,
I mean, they have kind of no choice, because, I mean, what else are they gonna do?
They could just say, you know what?
I'm not going to do it anymore. And it's like, okay, well, we'll cut you out of the royal family. You know,
Yeah.
Prince Charles like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough of it now.
I think Prince Charles does want to do it.
He does. Well, I mean, he wants to be king.
I don't know about the younger
he
ones.
definitely wants to be king.
Like William and Harry. I think I get the feeling that, you know, if they had the choice, that this is definitely not the life. Because why would anyone in their right mind want this? You know what I mean? Like, to have...
Wish I was living that
to
life.
be on the
You know,
cover
it's just-
of the magazines and have people saying, oh, they're feuding, they can't stand each other. Oh, to get back to that, though.
Yes.
I wondered, was it like an American versus British thing? But you informed me that they did it with Fergie and Diana as well.
Oh, yes, they did it with Fergie
Which
and
I don't
Diana.
really remember because I don't think I cared at that time.
Fergie and Diana were all, it was always pitted against each other.
But do we know? Do we know if they really got along, or if they really didn't like each other, or it's all still speculation?
It's all still speculation. I think Diana liked her, and Fergie's just a bit freaking off her head anyway. She will do anything for money now.
Yeah.
She was trying to sell Prince Andrew's stuff to the tabloid.
gosh.
She was trying to sell, like, I know people that he knows, just trying to get some money.
Sell stories and
Sell
stuff.
stories and, like, just information and, like, I'm still very... Because this was after they were divorced and everything.
Yeah. Supposedly it's Meghan Markle's friends. You know, if you guys are not,
She was trying to make her
interested in
money.
this, I'm
At the
really
end of the
sorry,
day-
like, that we're talking about this, but we have to talk about this. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't not talk about it. We're Tea and a Buddy podcast.
Yes.
I mean, come on, we have to talk about this.
Yes.
This is something you talk about over Tea and a Buddy.
Or rather, in the Queen's English, tea and sandwiches.
But apparently, it's Meghan Markle's friends who are selling this information.
Oh, yes.
So, it's like, are the actor friends, or because we kind of have a glimpse at her family, and they don't seem like, her mom seems okay, but her dad is like always talking to the freaking media, and that is so disgusting.
Well, she had to cut him off. I think the royal
Well, I
family
don't
made
blame
her cut
her.
her off. Made her cut him off.
I don't
because
blame
at
her.
the end
He's
of the
always
day, it's
going
like,
to the
if you
media.
tell him anything, he's going to tell everyone.
Yeah.
He can't keep his mouth shut.
It's really sad that, like, her kid, that he's not going to get to meet her kid or whatever. Or maybe she will bring it around sometime, but it's just like, yeah, he's not, like, he's not making himself out to look very good.
No, he's not
helping
no,
himself.
he's not
anyway.
helping himself, because at the end of the day, and I mean, her mother is very much like, she's moved to England now,
Yeah.
and she's living with...
I think she was recently in LA, because I think I read somewhere, or I saw on the television somewhere, that Meghan had come over to America, which she's quite pregnant. Isn't she due in March? No one knows. He's
Nobody
yawning
knows.
and shaking his head. So
I'm yawning and shaking my head because I'm, like most of people out there, I'm not really that interested in the royal family.
But yeah, no, she went to New York City to celebrate with Serena Williams and Jessica Mulroney. And Kate didn't come, and they're saying, well, Kate snubbed it because it's against royal protocol. And it is, and like we said before, it is kind of tacky.
Yeah.
I mean, but, whatever.
It's what she wants to do. She wants to change it up, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when at their wedding they had that,
She wants to receive a diaper
preacher.
cake, okay?
Is that what she wants?
That's what they give at baby showers. Like, someone will give you a cake made out of diapers. They call it a cake because it's like diapers
And
stacked
people
up.
actually eat this? Why is it called a cake then?
I don't know, because it's like they stack them up into like the shape of a cake, and then they decorate it with like pacifiers or whatever, like, around it and make it look like a cake. It's like
hopefully they're not used diapers.
Or a teddy bear, or they are not used diapers. Okay, that took me like 5 minutes to
yes.
get.
I mean, it's like that, you know, in Harry and Meghan's wedding, they had the preacher, her favorite preacher from her church.
Yeah.
And he was going on giving it, you know, gospel style, you know. And, you know, everyone on Twitter was like, oh, yeah, look at all the white people in oh, they don't know, and all the English people don't know, and they're just, like, cracking up, you know?
All the British people were just like, oh, God, he's just going on
He's just going on and on, like, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, they just pit them against each other for everything. Oh, Meghan Markle reportedly says she doesn't want to dress like Kate Middleton. And it's just like, well, what's wrong with the way Kate Middleton dresses, first of all?
She dresses like a royal person. I don't want to do that. I want to shake things up.
But then again, you know, it's like, why do people assume that they should be BFFs?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're in-laws at the end of the day. It's like, they probably don't have that much in common, maybe, you know?
As long as they're not, like, telling their husbands, oh, you know, don't hang out with William because, you know, or, oh, don't hang out with Harry anymore because it's just like, they don't have to get along.
There's some sort of, yeah, I mean, there's some sort of thing where people were like, oh, they've created separate addresses or separate, like, you know, offices within St. James's Palace,
because I guess they used
or
to
Kensington
work
Palace
together.
Yeah, they would just be William and Harry, you know. They were the princes, you know, not the princes of Wales. They weren't, because I mean they're Charles's sons, but you know, now they've created separate offices. Yeah
But that may just be because
they
both have wives now, and the wives have to do things too. I mean, they're not just staying at home and taking care of the babies. Like, they've got to have a gig that they cause or whatever, you know.
That's what I mean.
And it's just like, that's a lot to keep up with coming out of one office. So, I mean, kind of makes sense that you would make separate offices. I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff where they're basically sort of vilifying Meghan Markle, in my opinion. She's the bitch. She's like trying to be in control of everything. She's trying to control and she's trying to take over, and
she's the new kid on the block.
She's
so
trying to modernize the palace and whatever.
And it's just like, I mean, you know, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get people who are like, oh, I'm gonna tell the press. I'm gonna have a moan about this now. You know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, she's just the new kid on the block. They don't like the way she's doing things and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just
American.
Like... that could be it, too.
You know, it has a bit to do with
She's always wanting hamburgers. You know, it's just like that kind of stupid crap. You know, it's...
No, I just imagine it's like she doesn't know as much about everything that goes on with the royal family just because she's American.
Well, she didn't even know there was a royal family before she married Harry, did she? She goes, oh, I wasn't really aware that this kind of thing still existed.
Yeah. Heather Mills
thought it was
McCartney style.
I thought it was Disney.
Never heard of those Beatles before.
There's a Beatles reference for you. I thought it was just in Disney. I didn't think they would actually be real.
But, you know, at the end of the day, and I'm not saying anything against Meghan Markle because I don't know her, you know.
Yeah, you're best buddies with her, aren't you?
But at the end of the day, Harry is not really in line for the throne anymore.
No, he's not. I mean, he's not at the end of the day.
So,
I mean, it's going to go from...
She's never going to have that much power. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, they're in the ideal position of being taken care of and not really having that much responsibility.
Yeah.
Or scrutiny, but yeah, they will have scrutiny. But it's just, you know...
Yeah.
They've always got a net. Really.
Yeah. There was this...
Kind of like the Princess Margaret and, you know... thing, you know, Princess Margaret didn't have that much power, but she was still a royal and she still went off and did all her stuff, you know.
Yeah, if you are into the royal family or just intrigued at all about about all of this, because you know what, I look at it like there's a lot of history behind this, you know. It goes back, so that's why I find it interesting. Other than that, they're just people, you know. I don't care what they're doing. It's
Yes.
I like the history. The history's
good.
Is what makes it interesting. I'm not really like, oh, you know, Disney princess, whatever. Yeah. It's just very interesting historically. And if you are the same way, or if you are just like a royal watcher and you are into them as people and what's going on and all the gossip and all of that, you might want to watch The Crown on Netflix if you haven't already.
It's coming up for its 3rd season now.
Yeah.
With Olivia Colman as Queen Elizabeth.
And who did we ever decide was going to be Prince Philip?
Oh, I can't remember.
We can't remember who's going to be Prince Philip.
Yeah, they did cast him. I can't remember who it was going to be. I know.
The first 2 series though were really good, and if you're a Doctor Who fan, Matt Smith played Prince Philip, and he did a great job. I mean, he's a really like annoying person for the most part. Oops, sorry. But anyway, getting back to the current people, away from Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth, and getting back to the current royals, our generation of royals anyway.
My generation.
I was reading an article where this reporter was just talking and saying that from years of covering the royal family, that you might hear little nuggets of things that are going on, but it's very, very difficult to actually get down to the bottom of it and the truth of the situation, because they've just perfected it. Basically, they've perfected keeping things quiet, basically.
They have.
And you know, with all the history of Prince Philip's like philandering, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and then Princess Margaret and everything. It's just like, they had to like find the right people to keep close, to keep close to them, that would keep quiet, because otherwise everybody's gonna be selling stories right and left, you know. And it's just like, and they are pretty good at keeping things quiet. I mean,
they can hush things up pretty well, I think, really.
Yeah, I mean, you have conspiracy theories
about Diana and all
things
that,
that they've hushed up.
Yeah, I mean, because they've got a real good PR people. I mean, the palace, you know, they'll hush it up, or they'll do something else.
But you know what? That says right there, because they don't have really much money, right? I mean, everybody thinks because they're living in palaces and stuff, they're loaded, but it's all
they get like a little bit from the treasury, you know, goes towards them. But I think most of what their revenue is made from like tours and stuff. They're a business now, the royal family are, you know.
So really, in my opinion, because they don't have the money to pay people to hush things up, that shows to me that somebody
just does it out of like love for them.
Yes.
And yes, there are people out there that do it out of love for them.
And so that tells me that somebody in there, whether it's Queen Elizabeth or Prince Charles, who I think seems like a decent person. I mean, you know, they must be decent people. They're not horrible people, because otherwise what motivation does anybody have to keep anything quiet, you know?
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they were just terrible people, then no one would want to know them.
Yeah, if they were terrible people, then
they wouldn't be in the monarchy, you know.
It'd be like, you know, nudge nudge, hey, I've got a story for you, you know, for the right price. Yeah.
For the right price, you see.
Shut up.
We've got a story about the royal family here. Nice price, you see.
I don't know why they have that accent, but yeah. But you know, you mentioned the Diana thing, you know. But I also just saw where apparently George Clooney, because I guess he's pretty good friends with, or his wife is anyway, friends with Harry and the royal family and
William and
yeah. And he's come out really like hardcore against all the media coverage around Meghan Markle and stuff, because they're really harassing her a lot. They're really following her.
And it's not over here really. It's in Britain.
Yeah.
It's the British press. They're the worst.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They are the
I can't
worst.
imagine how they're worse than over here, though.
No, they really are. I mean, you think TMZ is bad?
Yeah.
Nothing compared to the British press.
Yeah, I mean, he's come out saying...
Even the Beatles said they were the toughest in the world, He's
like, look what happened, look what they did to Diana, and
yeah.
Because it can be dangerous if they're trying to get a shot in a car or whatever.
Yeah, they killed everyone.
And it's just like, why, really? As you said at the beginning of this podcast, who really cares?
Who really cares?
Well, I mean, some people are...
It's going to sell stories, but it's like...
I think there's people who are into it, following, keeping up with, whatever, reading about it. But if they just went away, people are not going to be like, oh my God, desperate, jonesing for more information. They're just going to get on with their life.
They're just going to get on with your life, It's like, oh, they've gone, that's it, wonder what's happened. It's all over now.
So what's the verdict? Do we think that there's actually a feud going on?
Probably not.
I
don't think there is.
I mean, what is the feud?
I mean, it might be just a case of, she was just kind of like, I don't have that much in common with her, so I don't hang out with her as much.
Yeah.
It's like...
And that's understandable.
And the end, it's like people are just building this up, like, oh, she hates her table manners, and, oh, she doesn't like cheese, so... Kate's pissed off about that,
Get her out of here.
Yeah, Kate's pissed off about that. Meghan doesn't like the fact that Kate doesn't eat,
whatever.
Cool Whip. Whatever, it's just like, it's just something stupid.
Yeah, I think that they probably get along fine. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Because what?
I mean, they've got this whole thing in common now, the royal family.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like, how many other people can relate to that?
No.
Because they go, oh, Meghan Markle was the princess story, like the coming from nothing, and she found her prince and she married him.
Yeah.
But Kate really was sort of the same thing. I mean, she didn't come from any sort of royal background or anything. Her family had money.
Yeah.
Which is what the royals are always looking for,
yes.
really, is to marry into money.
It's like we're watching Victoria now, and the Duchess has the money. It's usually the women who have the money.
Yeah.
And the man...
who has the name.
Has the title, yeah. He's Lord Haw-Haw, whatever it is, It's just like,
Lord Haw-Haw.
Lord Haw-Haw. Haw-Haw, H-A-W. You never heard of Lord Haw-Haw?
No.
He was,
Lord Haw-Haw.
Lord Haw-Haw, yeah.
Oh my God, you are making this up right now.
No, I'm not. He was, during the war...
Lord Haw-Haw.
During the war, I mean, it was...
Lord Haw-Haw.
He wasn't an actual lord either, it was just a nickname given to him. No, he was an Irish traitor who went to Germany and spouted German political Nazi stuff, like Nazi ideology, and he was a Nazi propagandist, and he was like, oh, Lord Haw-Haw, that's what they used to call him, because it's this Germany calling, it was just like propaganda, and he was a traitor, during the war, obviously. And they nicknamed him Lord Haw-Haw, because, I don't know why, because he was like, Haw-Haw-Haw, it was like, Haw-Haw-Haw, Germany is gonna win the war,
Oh my God.
But yes.
Okay, I mean... we could really go on.
We could go on and on and
I
on.
think we should do
on and on and on and on.
Let us know if you would be interested in a series about the royal family. Like, I don't know how we could sort of break that into individual episodes, but if there's anything you specifically want us to talk about regarding the royal family.
Yeah, if you want to talk about anything, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Erica really loves it. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, shh!
She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to say hello to people. She didn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to tape record William and Kate's wedding.
And yes,
back in
still
2011 or whatever.
I still had a VCR, guys. So it was easy to do that.
She got up bleary-eyed. She did it.
Because I needed to see it, because I was married to someone British, and you and I had just gotten married, and then they were getting married.
I needed to see it.
Or did they get married before us? I can't remember.
No, they got married after 2011, I think it was.
Okay, well, there you go. Plus, she was the most beautiful bride ever, okay? And nobody can argue with me about that. Whether you like her or give a crap about them, she was a really beautiful bride. Like, gorgeous.
I still think Meghan Markle was prettier. There's your feud.
Oh, my God. All right. I think we're done.
I think we are done. As always, buy us a coffee if you like this content.
Tweet us.
Facebook us. Tea and a Buddy.
Instagram us.
Tea Buddy.
Check out our website and leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment.
teaandabuddy.com.
Teaandabuddy.com.
Share. Review us.
Share, review.
All the things.
Feud us.
Feud.
Get in a feud with us.
Get in a feud with us or someone else. We don't really care.
Yes.
We're not picky.
We're not picky. Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.
This is the Palace signing off.
Bye.
Bye-bye.